I'm Spencer Gillis, director of Gun, and this is my... Alright, Ludovic, cinematographer for Gun.
I am Francis Bodomo, writer-director of Boneshaker.
Hi, I'm Josh Richards, the DP on Boneshaker.
I'm Professor, co-director of The Captain.
I'm Gavin Humphries, the producer of The Curse.
I'm Jenifer Malmqvist, the director of On Suffocation.
I'm Zbroniec, DP of On Suffocation.
And I'm Poyan Karimi, actor in On Suffocation.
I'm Peshang, actor in Suffocation.
Writer-director Kat Kindler from Black Metal.
Johnny Mars, actor, producer of Black Metal. I thought they were all amazing, just to start it off. You guys, everybody. Very good.
Where was On Suffocation made and shot, and what was the inspiration?
What was the last thing? I didn't hear.
What was the inspiration?
Okay, so it's shot in Sweden, southern Sweden, in an old industry that we could rent. And the inspiration was from a news article about two gay guys in Iran that were sentenced to death. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Aren't they amazing, the actors?
For the makers of Gun, did you know when you were making that movie that might be pretty timely, considering things and messages?
That's a question we get a lot. We shot the film December 8th, that weekend of December 8th, a year ago, this past December, so it was really, we were in post when the Aurora shooting happened, and of course the recent one, we were basically finished with the film, so no, we didn't really, it wasn't really, I mean, it's been going on for a while, but it wasn't something that was in the news at the moment, and really it wasn't even part of the conversation that we had as a crew and as a set and the actors, so we never even talked about the possibility that he would, you know, go crazy and start shooting people, so it's a little hard to believe that now, but it wasn't part of our process at all.
What inspired
It was inspired by two things. I grew up in a small town in Kansas, and my mother was a police officer, so I just kind of grew up around firearms, and there's a gun culture there, so it's not something that's rare or uncommon anyway. But I grew up shooting handguns just because my mom was a cop, so I kind of always was impressed by the sense of empowerment and responsibility that comes with shooting a handgun. It's kind of a scary thing to hold in your hand. And then the second part was I live in New York City, and my wife and I moved out to New Jersey a couple years ago, and we didn't have a break-in, but I thought somebody was breaking in one night, and I heard some noises. It turned out to be an animal, thankfully. But she was pregnant, and we were about to have a baby, and that sort of moment of thinking, like, what would I do if someone was breaking into my house? How would I protect myself? That kind of inspired it, and then combined with the growing up shooting, those two things sort of collided, and that's where the idea came from.
Over in the right.
Yes, this is for the captain. Where did you find the plane wrap?
Look around, they're everywhere. You know, it was just, in LA, there's just sets everywhere. It was a pre-existing set, so we just thought it would be fun to make something there.
How much did it cost to rent a plane wrap?
$6.50, I think. $6.50. alternative title. I don't know. We just wanted to make a film, and we just kind of stumbled upon that set and went, "Oh, that would be funny if this guy woke up and realized what he did."
This is for Boneshakers. Yeah, the tension between the two, like how do we deal with this child, who's, implies lots of change. Is that something that was personal for you in your experience?
Maybe not specifically being sort of a tantrum problem child and being that young at the time, but yeah, it's a very autobiographical story.
It was done with lots of love.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Beautiful.
It's very personal.
How many of the actors were professional?
At the time, only Nazy, who is from Beast of the Southern Wild, had acted in the movie before. Everyone else is a non-actor that I found in various parts of Louisiana and New Orleans.
You did a great job with it.
Yes, bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
I was wondering what country the curse was based in, and were those children actors as well, or did you find them?
No, we spent about 4 weeks in Morocco the year before last trying to find children. Yes, we cast in Marrakesh, and just like we're looking for Faisal, the director, tends to work with non-actors, so he's done 2 shorts in the UK in a similar way, so we just had to spend more time there looking for the cast. Yeah, so none of them have acted before at all.
Yeah, based in this was a village in Morocco.
Yes, we cast them all in Marrakesh, and then we filmed about 2 hours south of there.
I'm actually curious, were the kids actually having similar experiences they could relate to, or how did the story come about?
The story came about, Faisal, the director, is British Moroccan, so his family moved to the UK in the 1970s, and I'll speak on his behalf. His mum was quite a wild child in Morocco in the 1970s, and that's why she moved to the UK. So the film is based on an incident in her life. It's quite a similar story to what happened to her. So that's the kind of inspiration for the story. And she's now quite religious, and Faisal is quite wild. So this story is the way that he feels connected to his mum.
I have a question for black metal. Where did the whole idea of combining such parenting and such a kind of generally considered wild idea?
Yeah, I've definitely been fascinated by the metal scene and what the offstage life looks like, because you see these extreme personas and images on stage, and always want to, as I've started befriending people in the metal community, seeing what it looks like inside their homes, with their kids, with their families, and just such a polar opposite of what that looks like, and yeah, just the on-stage, off-stage.
Yes, this is for On Suffocation. When was On Suffocation filmed?
In the beginning of July last year. 3 days.
Yes.
I'm guessing probably not yet, but has it been shown in Iran?
This is actually the world premiere. So there's no plan of that, but there are other countries. There are like 7 countries who have the death penalty against gays. So I chose to do without dialogue. Beautiful. To make it more like symbolic. I would like it to be shown in the Vatican as well.
predecessor, you and Nash and David inspire me a lot in my filmmaking. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love your guys' shorts and I love your movies. Animal Kingdom, Hesher, Spider. Haven't seen Bear yet. Still waiting for that. So.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
In The Captain, what were you thinking Steven Spielberg for in the credits?
His set.
Okay, thank you very, very much.